Hi, I'm Ellie, and this is your weekly theatre news recap, the show where I gather all of the West End and UK touring news of the past week and I just throw it in your face in a slightly chaotic but kind of informative video. Yes. But if you want to stay up to date with all of the UK theatre news that I can muster into one video every single week, make sure you hit subscribe and like this video because yes, I do these every single week. But let's start as we always do with our casting news. So we're going to start by heading over to the Munday Chocolate Factory, which is still one of my favourite names for a theatre ever, although it does make me slightly hungry, where they are doing a revival of Pacific Overtures. And the cast is as such. We have John Chu, who is playing the reciter, Kanako Kinono, who is playing Tamate, Sayori Uda, who is playing Shogun/Madam, Takuro Ono, who is playing Kiyama, and Joaquin Pedro Valdez, who is playing Minjuro, as well as an ensemble full of very exciting actors who are all in the description down below. This is at the Munday Chocolate Factory from the 25th of November to the 24th of February. I am intrigued. I love Joaquin Pedro Valdez, because I saw them in Death Note, and they were very good in that. And maybe they're going to be very good in this. Who's to say? Anyway, this is the vibe of this series. You haven't seen any yet. It's just me vibing with news. Next up, we got the cast for the second leg of the UK tour of 222, A Ghost Story. This is a play that bounced around every single West End theatre. This is currently like partway through its UK tour, and if you thought they could stick to one cast for an entire tour, you would be mistaken because we have a second one. Let's go. Vera Chuck will be playing Luoran, Jay McGuinness will be playing Ben, George Rainsford will be playing Sam, and Fiona Wade will be playing Jenny. I think this play is great. It's a nice like spooky ghost story, especially if you're seeing it like this week. Perfect week for 222 A Ghost Story. I mean, it's got that kind of vibe, and like the mystery is like really well done throughout it. I really enjoyed it. I feel like I am due a second trip. Although I do wonder how it's going to hold up, like knowing the mystery, seeing it a second time. Carrying on, we're heading back into the West End, where Enemy of the People has found some more cast members. This is the play that was announced earlier, like a couple of weeks ago actually. It hasn't been that long. But it's starring Matt Smith of Doctor Who fame, and if you know me, I love Doctor Who. Like Matt Smith and David Tennant, that was my era of Doctor Who when I was a kid. Like I am obsessed. I'm still obsessed. I can name every single Doctor Who episode of the Modern Revised series in order. That is a talent I have. I'm not going to prove it because it would take me so long. There's a lot of episodes. But this is what you get when you are hyper fixated on Doctor Who as a kid. I can still do it. Anyway, the rest of the cast for this show, I got very distracted, I'm sorry. The rest of the cast for this show is as follows. Jessica Brown-Findlay, Paranga Burford, Zachary Hart, Paul Hinton, Nigel Lindsay, and Shaham Saraf. This play is at the Duke of York's Theatre from the 6th of February to the 6th of April. And I'm going to have to try and go see it because, as I said, big Matt Smith fan. Put a label on my forehead. Big Matt Smith fan. That's me. Next up, The Enormous Crocodile, a new musical adaptation of the classic Roald Dahl book, which is heading to Leeds Playhouse this Christmas, and then it's going to Regent's Park Open Air Theatre next summer. We have a cast now, and I've left a lot of the character names in for this one because they're very fun. And you'll see why in a second. So we have Charisse Alexandra as Trunky the Elephant, Lawrence Hodgson Mullings, Umpy Rumpy. I know it's a children's book, but I can't say it with a straight face. Philippa Hogg as the Roly-Poly Bird. It's so joyous, I love it. And Robin Sinclair as Mugglewump the Monkey. That's so silly. I'm gonna love this musical. So yeah, if you're near Leeds and you want to have a fun time, if you got kids, this is perfect for you. Or if you got me with you, because apparently I am very amused by silly names. Okay. Next up, we got the first cast members announced for the Officer and a Gentleman UK tour. This musical is returning. It was at the Curve Leicester and is going on a UK-wide tour. But we have some cast members. Luke Baker is playing Zach. Georgia Lennon is playing Paula. Jamal Crawford is playing Emile. Paul French is playing Sid. And Sinead Long is playing Lynette. My friend is obsessed with Paul French. So she's going to be very happy about that. Honestly, Paul French is a great actor. I need to see Annie. He's currently in Annie. He's Rooster in Annie. I need to see that. I think it's at Wimbledon soon. Maybe I will see that. Anyway, very exciting. But we're not even done. Because the casting news that I have been waiting for. The casting news that I have been waiting with bated breath for was announced this week. And I screamed. I was like, finally. Finally, we know who is in the Come From Away UK tour. There's a lot of names here. We have Natasha J. Barnes, who is playing Janice. Daniel Crowder, who's playing Nick and Doug. Mark Dugdale, who was in the West End playing this same role, is back as Kevin, I'm keeping that in. He is back as Kevin T. Rosie Glossop is playing Bonnie. Amanda Henderson is playing Beulah. Kirsty Hoyles is playing Diane. Oliver Jacobson is playing Oz. Dale Matherin is playing Bob. Nicholas Pound is Claude. Sarah Poyser is Beverly. I've lost my place in the thing. No! Okay, I'm back. Bree Smith is playing Hannah. And Jamal Zulfikar is playing Kevin J. As well as this, we have our ensemble and our swings. Not ensemble. There's no ensemble in this show. Ellie, this is your favourite musical. You can't be saying they're ensemble. These are our swings and understudies who are all off stage for this production. Who are going to be in the description. But I do want to pull your attention to Alan Hawke, who is in this, who was on the Beauty and the Beast UK tour. I think he's just finished in the 42nd Street UK tour as well, which is very exciting. I can't wait. Okay, I've been waiting for so long for March to roll around, for my birthday to come around, because Come From Away UK tour is starting on my birthday week, which is incredible. Yes, thank God, finally. And I'm ready. Give me it. Inject the Come From Away back into my veins, because I have missed this show. It is one of the most beautiful shows that has ever been written. It's so good, and you need to go see it when it goes to a tour stop near you. We've got 2 more news stories, and these ones are both quite short, so I'm just gonna wham blam thank you ma'am through them quickly. First off, current cabaret stars Jake Shears, who is playing MC, and Rebecca Lucy Taylor, also known as Self-Esteem, who's currently Sally Bowles, have both extended in cabaret for an extra week. So if you want to see those 2 performers, those 2 musicians in cabaret, you have until the 27th of January now, so you better go do that. And finally, something that was announced today. It's very rare that we see things announced over a weekend. But the RSC said, nah, we're going to announce today. King, absolute legend, other icon of my childhood. We've had Matt Smith, and now we've got Matthew Bainton, who you may recognise if you grew up in the 2000s on Horrible Histories. His name is Charles II. I love the people and the people love me so much that they restored the English monarchy. He is going to be doing a Midsummer's Night stream where he's going to be playing Bottom. I think this is perfect casting. This is so good. I'm so annoyed that it's happening in Stratford-upon-Avon because it means I probably can't get to see it. But maybe by some miracle I will get to see it. I don't know, it's probably unlikely, but if you were near Stratford-upon-Avon, please live out my fantasy of seeing Matthew Bainton live. That is all of our casting news this week. I told you there was a lot, and let's move on to our miscellaneous news, starting with Sondheim's old friends. If you are under the age of 30 and you want to go see Sondheim's old friends, I have some great news for you. Because Cameron Mackintosh has announced that he is making 5,000 tickets available at just £25 for any theatre goers aged 30 or under, so that they can get introduced to the genius, composer and lyricist, the late great Stephen Sondheim. These are some great tickets. They're subject to availability. Obviously, there's only 5,000. Between Monday the 23rd of October to Saturday the 16th of December. And the availability is all like stalls and dress circle tickets. This show is incredible. It's so good. It is what I want out of a concert. I did a whole video where I raved about it for like 20 whole minutes. And if that doesn't tell you how much I loved it, I don't know what will. So if you are under 30 and want a great deal to be able to go see this show, you've got to go and do it. And the other miscellaneous news this week is that, yes, they have officially announced that The Little Big Things, the new musical currently at Soho Place, or at Soho Place, is getting a cast album. I am so glad this is happening. This show is beautiful, and I was really hoping that we'd be able to get a couple more of the songs, because there were some really lovely songs in there. But it's happening. When? We don't know. Soon, maybe? I don't know. But it's going to happen, and it's happening. And I'll let you know in a future weekly news recap when we get some news that it is happening. Or when exactly it's happening. Yes. Anyway, let's move on to the final section of the video, which is talking about all the transfers and new productions. And there is quite a few. A lot of UK tours were announced this week, actually. Looking at that. Wow. Anyway, let's start with The Cher Show, which is currently not running. It's not running. It had a UK tour previously, but it was announced on the Musicon stage. Musicalcon. I got so excited I missed out a syllable. It was announced on the Musicalcon stage by the legendary Alyn Phillips that the Cher Show will be returning within some capacity. We don't know when. We don't know where it will be. We don't know whether it's going to be like a second go of the UK tour. We don't know if it's going to get like a set home. We don't know, but we know it's returning. So, Cher Show fans, I guess you got to sit there, cross your arms and go, yes, I'm waiting. Next up, we got the announcement of a sideshow concert. The iconic musical is coming back for one night only on the 3rd of March 2024 at the London Palladium. And this show has cast Louise Dearman, who was previously in the show before, playing and reprising her role of Daisy Hilton, but also the legendary Rachel Tucker. My heart. But also Bradley Jaden is in this, who is currently in Sondheim's Old Friends, and Tosh Wenango Maud is in this, playing Buddy. Girl, I need to go and see this. Girl, I need to go and see this. This is a cast, this is a show, this is everything. This is everything. Wow. Next up, as Grease closed yesterday in the West End, it was also announced this week that it will be going back on a UK tour. We got some hints at this. We got a couple of dates that were announced for a Grease UK tour. So we've known that it was going on tour in some capacity, but now we have the full lot of dates. We've got the official announcement. And as always, I'm going to work my way through this and tell you all of these UK cities that it's going to, and I'm going to cross my fingers and hope I get through it with my life. It's going to Bromley, Dublin, Hull, Northampton, Ipswich, Liverpool, Norwich, Newcastle, Glasgow, Edinburgh, Aberdeen, Birmingham, Truro, Bradford, Milton Keynes, Eastbourne, Blackpool, Nottingham, Cardiff, Bristol, Oxford, Dartford, Manchester, High Wycombe, Southampton, Southend and Sheffield. It's starting its tour in April, continuing. Currently it's got dates booking until November. Very exciting. And if you wanted another UK tour of a hit West End show, The Book of Mormon has announced that it will be hitting the road once again. We only have 3 tour stops announced for this tour so far, which is probably good for me because it means I don't have to list off a million different tour stops. I will with the next story, but not this one. Currently, we know that the Book of Mormon UK tour will be heading to Manchester, Edinburgh and Birmingham. We don't know dates, we don't know exact venues, but we know that it's going to those places. So again, just like with some other news stories, I guess you just gotta wait for a future episode of this series, and that's a good reason to subscribe. And yet another UK tour announced this week, Only Fools and Horses, which closed in the West End, I feel like started in April? April? Yeah, it closed in April. I think. Yes. It has announced that it will be going on a UK tour, including another big London date, which is very interesting. It will be going to Bromley, which... 2 UK tours in 1 week that have announced that they're starting in Bromley. It's a great week to be in Bromley. It's opening there on the 23rd September 2024 before visiting Southend, Bradford, York, Wolverhampton, Glasgow, Edinburgh, Manchester, Sunderland, Stoke, Brighton, Ipswich, Norwich, Llandudno, Bristol, Newcastle, Northampton, Southampton, Oxford, Milton Keynes, Birmingham, Canterbury, Nottingham, Blackpool, Truro, Cardiff, Plymouth, Leeds, Liverpool, Belfast, Dublin, and that wraps it up in June 2025. As well as all that, it's getting a 3-week run at the Eventim Apollo in Hammersmith next Christmas, beginning its run on the 17th of December 2024. I'm out of breath. I never got to catch this show. I'm a bit nostalgic for Only Fools and Horses. I remember my dad's a big fan. My dad loves it. It's very much like a dad show, isn't it? It's a dad show. It's a show you take your dad to. I'm glad it's getting a chance to tour the UK. I'm a bit surprised it's going to the Eventim Apollo. That's a very big venue for this show, considering that it was at like the Theatre Royal Haymarket, which is got a fairly small stage. Then again, the stage at the Eventim Apollo isn't massive. I've talked myself round. Maybe I like this. But if you're excited for that, it's coming and back. Get ready. Next up, we got the announcement. It's been rumoured for a little while, but Cruel Intentions, the stage musical based on the 1999 Hollywood movie of the same name, is coming and getting a London production at the Other Palace. We finally have a new musical at the Other Palace. This musical is a jukebox show packed with songs by Britney Spears, Boyz II Men, Christina Aguilera, so many 90s artists that you will know and love, and is opening from the 11th of January 2024 for a 14-week season. It's nice to see the Other Palace get a new musical into its house. Obviously, Heathers was in that main stage for so long, which was fun. We love Heathers, but it's so nice to see another musical get a chance there as well. Although I'd like to see some more like new British work get produced there as well on that main stage. But, you know, we'll take it one step at a time. I'm very excited for this. Can't wait to see it. And probably the biggest news story of this week, Hunger Games is getting a stage adaptation, which is going to be opening in London in autumn 2024. We don't know a venue, we don't know where. We can pretty safely assume it's going to be West End. But this is being adapted from the first book in the series. It's being directed by Matthew Dunster, who previously worked on 222 A Ghost Story and The Pillarman. It's very interesting. I'm not sure how much theatricality this film has and the book has. I don't know. It's not something that I would necessarily picture being on stage, but you know what? I'm happy to be proved wrong. I think it could work. It's just not something that I look at immediately and go, oh yeah, I see that as a play. So that is all of your news for this week. There's been so much. This is a very long video. What are you most excited for? What are your thoughts on some of the things coming up? Let me know all your thoughts in the comments down below. If you did enjoy this video, please consider hitting like and subscribe. It really helps me out, helps the channel. Here's some links on screen right now to some other videos and a link to my Instagram, where I'm so close to 1,000 followers. So go and follow me now. But that's it for me today, and I hope to see you next time. Bye.